Prime Minister of UK, Theresa May, will make a speech on Britain's future with the European Union today in the Italian city of Florence. Speech will focus on what kind of ties Britain wants to have with the EU after it leaves the bloc in March 2019, something British negotiators have been keen to discuss with the so far reluctant Brussels. So UK's PM will make this speech in Italy today, and all eyes are on what kind of negotiations or what kind of direction will the PM's speech will give. Well, UK's PM wanted to give a speech on UK's future links with Europe in its historical heart. Negotiations on the terms of divorce with the EU have made limited progress since May started a 2-year countdown to Brexit. Well, that has prompted warnings from the EU that discussions on the future relationship between the two could be pushed back from their intended start time of October. And Mandy, if you can just tell us, this speech is highly anticipated. So what kind of expectations are building up in UK as far as PM May's speech is concerned?
Well, they're expecting concessions. So the least lucky person right now is Theresa May. She has a near impossible job. She has hardline Brexiteers who do not want her to make any concessions within her party. She has people who want to remain and stay in that single market. And she also has to create a speech that will appeal to the EU negotiation team. So far, it has been a terrible start to negotiations. So we are expecting concessions where we get that final settlement of the divorce bill. There's been talk around that 20 billion euros mark, but we'll hopefully hear it today. They are going to need to create concessions because there's a lot of animosity between the UK negotiating team and the EU team, and without that agreement, the EU team says before the processes are in place, such as the agreement on the bill and what the rights of the EU citizens living in Britain at the minute and British citizens living in the EU, they just simply do not want to start any discussion on trade negotiations. So these have to be in place, and very much it will be up to Theresa May to walk a very, very delicate balance to try and appeal almost everyone. It will be near impossible. So people will be listening to her, but we do expect, hopefully, concessions that will appease the EU enough to get them to that negotiating table.
All right, Mandy, thank you so much for talking to us and getting us all these important details and important perspective as well.